What was that? I've never seen that animation before. What the hell? Okay, well. Interesting. Okay, well, we're not going to get thrown off here. We're still going to play our openings. Okay, we're playing the undefeated here. I mean, it's only logical to play that, right? Surely. My opponent offered a draw. Uh-oh. Something tells me you may have visited the profile, seen it's a speedrun account, and said, wait a minute, I need a way out here. I'm cooked. Sorry, my friend. The rating will return to you, sweet child. What speedrun is this? This is the prepare to sack your queen, but your opponent abandons the game before you actually get to sack it speedrun. No chat messages, nothing, just a cold hard abandon. Off to get milk. Okay, the king gets a little, by the way, I fucked off emote. Like, just a nice little tag right on his king there. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Great. couldn't handle the heat. Couldn't stay in the kitchen, could you, D Capo? Wow, the confetti and everything. Should I be disabling that? It makes me feel warm inside, you know? All the confetti. 3-move win. We're on our way to 1K. I mean, that's a good start. That's a good start. Let's go to the next one. All it took was like 3 moves of our opening and KO. Whoa. All right, here we go. Knight f3. We only get d6. We usually see knight c6. This is fine though. Maybe we want to go here. I mean, I think we should do that one. I feel like this takes and then knight d5 could be a good move order. Oh, he's kind of, I don't know if he's smart, but he's smart in terms of the game in front of us here. Because I couldn't really transpose back into our variation. But like I said, I don't think he's smart. I wasn't gonna go that far, but it was it was crafty. Maybe we can use that word. It was crafty for a second there. Knight at f6 would just be a fantastic achievement. We're gonna go in with the bishop. Queen takes f8 is not mate, but yeah, g6. The funny thing is, of course, my best move and the most expected move in the position was queen takes pawn. My opponent just forgot that queen in the center of the board would threaten that rook, so pretty big mistake there, honestly. No matter your rating, it's very tough to recover down a full rook. Hamster Hand, thanks for the 43 months. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna keep My life, real simple. Gonna take again, and then going to trade this bishop for the knight, and the result, black will only have 2 pieces. I was gonna say after this trade, but it looks like this is gonna be a bit better than a trade. It's gonna be one of those trades where you get something, but you don't give anything away. Continue to get developed here. Oh no, that's the second piece we've... How many games of chess are there where the person hangs both rooks on h8? That has to be unusual. How do you hang both your rooks on h8? Alright. Got the win there. It all stemmed from that g6 blunder. I feel like you just got off to a bad start and then, you know, the snowball kept rolling down the hill. Those were some very good trades at the end. I got something and I gave nothing away. My favorite kind. We didn't fully get to play our opening, which really arises after knight c6, knight c3. But we got a good position and just kind of played normal moves. And our opponent hung a lot of material very quickly. Amsterham88, thanks for the 43-month resub. You want to get the plebs out of here, Lally? Are you filing a formal complaint? Is there a pleb, you know, in particular that is driving you to this? Driving you to madness? You saw people complaining the animations were making them lose time. Hey, I'm all for it. As long as we both suffer the same consequences. Like, if it's making me lose time, but also them, no problem. More anarchy, more chaos. All right, we got the white pieces. Let's get our pre-move in. And for the first time, somebody plays d4. Kind of sounds weird, like, how could that possibly be the first time? It's such a normal move, but almost everybody is taking on e4 as a move. Like, they're always ready to do that. So I think they just do it autopilot. Okay, we can go c4 or b5. Both are good. I'm gonna go to c4 for now, just because bishop g4 is often played here. And this move plays against that pretty nicely. All right, b5's a threat. Guess what? I don't like b5, so end of threat. All right, actually a good move. Not playing bishop g4, very smart. Okay, so it's not a threat just yet. Maybe after bishop d6, we could play that. Although I can't play knight d2 because of knight takes f4. So those are the things that I'm considering here. This queen usually does really well to develop like that. f5 is also a pretty normal move. I'm thinking about e5, but I think I'll wait with that. I'm just gonna go queen e1 here. Playing a good game so far. Bishop needs to develop. Probably bishop e7 is sufficient here. But bishop d6 makes a threat. And I think we all know how tempting it is to make threats. So credit to my opponent here, holding off. I think that was the right thing to do. Not entirely sure. I want to guard this pawn so that knight b4 isn't a huge problem. And also don't want to block this bishop with knight d2 because I already mentioned knight takes f4 would be a problem. All right, there's the move I wanted to see. We're not gonna take. No taking. Look at that, knight h8. I am very happy to see a move like that. Let's send it. All right, I'm seeing a whole lot of nothing happening here. My queen out maybe. Push these pawns. The knight's going nowhere. The king is trapped. Feels like there's no counterplay. Yeah, b5. Look, I don't even blame my opponent for b5. Might even be a great move. Like, you lose a pawn here, but you need something. So I actually think it's a decent move here. Knight b4. I might even just drop my knight back. Okay, this is a threat as in it's attacked, but I don't know if it's a threat that I need to answer. Because I'm just fine with that. So maybe we bring this queen in. Knight takes, I just don't really like dropping my h-pawn there. So I'm thinking I'll just bring the queen. This pawn is still defended, by the way. And, of course, my bishop is just going to return to this amazing diagonal. But yeah, h4 would do a good job setting up knight takes e5. So I have that on my mind. This knight is trapped, which is great. h6 is really not a bad move. We could push either one of those pawns. I'm just going to go here because it's nice and easy, quick to play. And the open h file will only help me. Yeah, moves like this, I'm like... Of course, we could start with a check, but I think this is pretty effective, because if he moves his rook and king like that, he might avoid getting mated, but he's going to be in big trouble on the h-file. So basically what I didn't want to happen, even though it's winning, is like check, king here, this pawn goes up, and then the knight sacks for 2 pawns. I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's completely winning, but I'm not even sure that's necessary. As we see from this situation, could be even better. So I think, yeah, let's start with this check, just to force something. And I'll take on e7 no matter what, because this will be a nasty pin. Now we can play bishop takes, or pawn takes, and then just king g2, and maybe sack the queen. So that could be nice as well. Queen d8 or queen e8, for example. A queen e8 is going to be even worse because now we can just take here. So yeah, and if the rook takes, then the queen drops. So there's not much that my opponent can do here. Give one check, give another check, and just bring that rook over, and we should be able to deliver a mate here. GG. Not much survival that could have been done there, I have to say. So what did we have? Oh yeah, Caro-Kann. Okay, this is our opening. Most people take. Right? You're thinking, okay, what's the big idea? Why is this like a special opening? Someone's played f4 before in the world. They have, but this is the most common way that people play, and we play knight f2 here. We didn't get the chance to show that here, but most people take. He pushed, which is fine. And I've, been experimenting with a few different moves. I think knight e2 is just fine, but I decided to go for knight b1 here. And play this way, and man, e5 was a huge mistake. My opponent actually was doing fine here, but e5 was a big mistake, and now white is so much better. Hey, Matthias. Thank you, sir. Am I doing any particular opening? I'm doing, actually, many particular openings. This whole speed run is based on openings that you pretty much won't see anyone playing, which is kind of fun. Of course, people can always play completely random moves, so I won't be able to, let's say, get our openings against everything. If the opponent just plays e4 like g6 or a6 or something, you know, we're not really going to be able to showcase anything too special, but our openings work against the most popular moves, the most common moves, so we'll see them a lot. So I think that's nice, just having something against the main moves. Here we go. All right, e4, we're going to go with e5. Now, knight c3, this one's going to come to bite me eventually. I often get it wrong because if I play knight f6 and they go for a Vienna, I'm happy because the Vienna is a terrible opening. I mean, it already is the Vienna, but I mean the gambit with f4. So I'm going to go knight c6, thinking that the opponent could play knight f3. And if they do, I'd be a little happier. But my experience has been that they don't. So there's not really a good move for me to play after knight c3 because I'm happy to go into the Vienna gambit. But then they play knight f3 and I'm like, okay, well now I got to play knight c6. And that's not really going to transpose nicely for us. So we'll see here. We will see. Not sure how I'm going to handle that that move in the future. Probably take this one, and we got nice d5. Nice opening from our opponent. Good move orders. I'm going to try to get one of these bishops back for myself right now. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to get one of the bishops back plus a pawn, which is great. No complaints here. Just go back. Queen d6 also looks kind of nice. Watch this pawn and also guard the knight. Just feel like if you play knight back, then maybe bishop b5 and takes and takes could be an issue. So I'm gonna play it a bit safer. h3 will keep the bishop on the board. h3 g4 is never something that you need to be that afraid of. Let's bring the knight back. It's not really doing anything on b4. And I figure if the bishop moves, now I have knight d4 with this pin from the bishop. So I think I'm happy with that. He's going to have to really commit here with g4 if he wants to get rid of this pin. Okay, so he's committed. g4 is in, and then d4 to follow up. If I take here, maybe my opponent wants to take like that. I don't think it would be super effective. Hello, Chekmanarov. Okay, so I was thinking we just take here. There's definitely going to be some moves to work out, but this is defended. This can be recaptured multiple ways. This can be recaptured. This is defended. Knight takes. I think we've got to go for maybe this one. Takes here, bishop d3. There's not really a good way for us to do that. The other thing we could do is just start by taking, and I think this looks pretty fine. One of these two. Let's go for this one. Ooh, it's gonna get real spicy here. Damn, that was clever. I didn't even see that. That was a great move. Knight takes F8. I was only looking at 97. I'm like, oh, he's gonna have 2 pieces for the rook. That was a great move. What the hell? I didn't even notice that. I was actually thinking the best thing for him was takes, 97, takes here. And, okay, maybe I'm all right there, but definitely not, even not that much better. Wow, this guy was, he was prepared. All right, so maybe we play F6. Go ahead and remove that. Okay. Don't think you want to take that. Okay. Damn. GG. I knew I was in trouble there. I completely missed knight f8. And he was fast too. Credit to this guy. Really deserved that win. I was cooked as soon as I saw the speed coming from this guy. Like, this is why we play for moments like this. Knight takes e1, I'm telling you, I didn't see knight takes f8. All I was thinking was queen takes. I'm like, okay, takes, maybe check. If he's, you know, if he's really on the ball, he'll see that, he'll see this. And, I mean, we're scrambling here. The guy came out of the woodwork, just took this. And I was like, I didn't even see this move. Now, to be honest, I think what I played is all right. Like, I'm hitting the bishop and I'm still hitting the knight. So maybe we recovered here, but the move was a shock to me. The move was a shock to me. And actually, maybe it's not even good. I don't know. Maybe we're surviving after 95. But I had to randomly find this. I didn't plan that. He took the rook and I was in shock. But hey, maybe we're actually surviving here. I don't know. But at 967, if he's bringing out any sort of tactical anything, the guy's just, he deserves it. This was great. Even here, man, I'm telling you, some people could still lose. But not Alex Brown. Alex Brown, he had it in the bag. I built good habits. Maybe Alex was, maybe he was a habits watcher. Used it against me. But man, the guy deserved it. I kind of got cooked there. Spending way too much time in the start. What was our opening? Oh yeah, unfortunately it was this knight c3 move. So you guys are going to see in this series, I think a lot of knight c3 are, the move's going to throw me off. Because our opening after knight f3 is knight c6. And then knight here we have a move. Bishop c4 we have a move. Bishop b5. d4. We have lots of moves ready here. Lots of openings. But it needs this to happen. So you can see if they start with knight c3 and I play knight f6 and then they go like this, well, this isn't the opening I wanted to play. So they can trick me. So against knight c3, I'm kind of stuck playing this weird looking move knight c6, which is not that great. Knight f6 would be much better. But so far I have not been doing a good job guessing when someone's going to play the Vienna and when someone's just going to go back into this stuff. So the 900s have identified a flaw in our systems. That knight c3 is it's a tricky move order for me because basically my openings need knight e7. So if I respond like this, you can see I'm already ruining a lot of my openings. Whereas if I do this, I leave the option open. But then, for example, he has the opportunity to play a lot of good lines like bishop c4, whatever. All right. All right. We gotta go again. Okay, knight f3 again. Definitely not. I think our best chance is knight c6. So if d4, we can try e5. And if e4, we can go e5. There we go. Okay. We got one of our openings here. Thanks for the 20 subs, Bazmaniac. Hoping for some success here. Go Baz. There's no f4. Probably knight c3. Okay. I think the opponent wants to play bishop e3. Not much I can do about that. Okay. So we have some moves we can play, like knight g4. But g3 gets played, and to be honest, it's pretty effective. Yeah, g3, queen h5, h4. I'm trying to break through, but I don't exactly see it. So I think what I might settle on is the boring looking bishop g4. Develops a piece, and at least f3 can't happen. So we're hoping for something like the queen moving, and then h3, which will lead to checkmate there. So yeah, after this, again, assuming that this is going to be the next move, not much we can do. Just going to castle. Maybe take. Yeah, let's go bishop back, actually. We want to have our bishop on c6, and maybe f4 gets played. Kind of expecting f4. Okay. These are most likely going to be my next moves. That's a scary looking move, but it is fine. Just have a feeling he might accidentally blunder his knight. Smart man. Not doing that. Let's continue to do like the moves we were talking about. I'll probably double my rooks at this point. Don't really see why not. Yeah, looks fine to me. So I kind of talked about him blundering his knight earlier, although I was expecting it in a different way, but he did end up doing it, queen e3. He could try e5 as a last minute trick. I would certainly try it. Queen takes e5 seemed good enough though. Just make our life easier. We'll trade queens and we're up a knight. That should be enough. Okay, this is actually not an open file, so I think we're gonna switch our attention over here. Bring our king to the middle. Yeah, happy to get the knight here. Bishop e4, knight c3, for example, if not that. And there will be lots of knight jumps for us. So, I see this happen a lot. At this point, I'm not really saying that there's a right or wrong answer, but like, it is most people's instinct that when a bishop and rook are attacked, they save the rook. Not thinking that, well, when I lose the bishop, I'm losing 3 points. When I lose the rook for the knight, it's only a difference of 2, you know? I don't know why, but it's everyone's instinct to save the rook, because the rook's more valuable than the bishop, but they're not really taking into account that, well, you get something. You go rook for knight. It's a little bit different. Wow. Where's the speed from these 900s coming from? Why are people rated 900 with speed like that? I swear that speed alone should break barriers in chess for you. Like, you must be watching Bullet Habits or something. That's impressive. This guy was really fast. Like, I know he only has a king, so it should be easy to pre-move. That's always been my take. So you should be able to play very quickly in those spots. However, that doesn't mean that's always what you see. The 900s appear to be built different. This is what my research is telling me. Dozer, thanks for the 26 months. Theo for 4 years. Hamster Ham, great to see you again, man. 43 months. Rada, thanks for the 14. Rada OP. And thanks again to Baz Maniac. Tough series for our leafers there, Baz, but thanks for the 20 subs. Yeah, the Bullet Habits, it's working too well. Amused Bystander, thanks for the 46 months. Ah, you had a good command of that time scramble. Oh, Skull. Okay, we'll go e4. All right, today we just haven't got a lot of openings that we can really play our openings again. I'll choose to go e5 because we can do a bit better than that. E6 is always very tempting in these positions, but I think I'll leave it for now. Yeah, the new animations are very interesting to me. I don't think I've seen him yet. Man, what's this guy up to, I wonder? He really, like, doesn't want to play e6, and just thinking to myself, why would that be? Why would you be so against that move? On takes, huh? You'd think knight e5 is pretty good, but knight e5, queen e8, and still have to figure out the next move. Knight g5 demands a bit more of a response. Interesting. I thought about knight e5 for a bit, because knight e5 puts him kind of in a coffin, like none of the pieces can move. This looks to win some kind of material back right away. All right, he has the whatever mentality. I respect it. I'll go after the material just to be consistent. That's a full rook, though. I think you should have saved that rook and lost the other one instead. So after that knight's journey, we kind of just walked in and then retraced our steps back out. Except now I won't even do that. I think I'll go for more. We can take rook g8, bishop f5. I think that will work. Bishop g6 is quite greedy when I'm not really developed, but the threat after bishop f5 is so significant. Let's take here. Black can actually decide which piece to take. He decides for this one. I'm not sure what the correct call is. a fun move. Guess we'll take and keep the position closed so that neither bishop is going to be that happy here. Now this pawn being hanging, that's where I draw the line. That's where I'm like, okay, that's too much even for me. I'm in a greedy mood and I still wouldn't take that bang. Okay, looking to take, get developed. Pretty significant threat here. Could do this, also this. Let's give this check. Looks easier. Hunt this bishop here. Shouldn't be too tricky. I guess leaving the king cut off is helpful. That'll be a nice mating net. Good game. I thought he played fantastic. 900s today are playing out of their minds. You know, some guys are going toe-to-toe with me all the way to the end, even flagging me successfully. Other people are blundering entire rooks. We really have seen absolutely everything today. Now this one, I was pretty much collecting piece after piece. But hey, the struggle is there. You know, that's really what should happen, but still played a complete game, 37 moves. GG. Let's continue. We're at 937. People playing well today. Thank you, Chicken Pants, for the 37-month resub. Tier 3 from Chicken Pants. We're at 937. 37 from CP. We also had Doughboy Nemo. Thanks for the 62 months. Happy Monday, Aman in chat. My guy, happy Monday. Happy Monday. What if you're weak and slow? You're probably stronger than 900 then. 900s are strong and fast. Do I play versus my viewers? I usually do, but unfortunately not anymore. This account started at 400, so if you were there at that time, then you would have had an opportunity, but now we're at 900, so I don't think we'll have a chance. Unless the 900s here keep beating me and send me right back down. Okay. These animations are going crazy right now. Let's hit him with the E4, E5. Going for our simple setup. Knights out. And knight d5. Are we gonna get an opportunity to play? Yeah, here we go. This is top level theory, guys, that we've come up with. And we're gonna make use of it here against a 938. Just want that to be known. I'm gonna play this because it just kind of looks like a funny move. And let's go here. Maybe we'll put this bishop on b2. I'll castle. Opponent's not playing poorly at all, but I'm just trying to make it seem like this bishop on c8 is not going to be great. You know, you kind of have to work to get it out. Instead, a move like that, how are you going to develop that bishop? You kind of have to play d5 and then d6. Some funny triple pawns here. Just go b3. Look to play bishop b2. Wow, queen c6. For a 900 to come up with this maneuver is like, I'm impressed. I truly am. All right. Let me play the move we should have played last turn after queen b6. Gotta put some numbers up here. I mean, I love the queen b6 c6 thing. Truly. Here, it's not going to pay off. I should have done queen f5 last move. I missed it. After queen b6, playing too quick. The guy doesn't miss a beat, right? He doesn't miss a beat. Let's actually go here. So the rook moves somewhere, and what I'm going to do is a mean move. I'm going to go here. And his bishop, I don't think, is going to be able to develop. So rook a5 is coming. If I go b4, then there's b5, and I guess he'll try to play b6. Thing is, I want to stop this, so I want to play a4, but then he'll play rook a5, and I don't think I can stop both of them. That's okay. I think I'd rather do this. Rook a5, bishop c4, and just stop b5. I feel like if I stop b5, then, yeah, you see? He had it on his mind. Wants to go rook a6. We'll take. Trying to prevent the bishop on c8 from developing. So we're going to get a little b6 in there. Maybe king f1. Rook takes. Now we'll defend the pawn and trap his rook and his bishop. So we'll trap both pieces. Okay, everything is currently trapped. Now if we go here, then the bishop is going to get freed from jail. So we're not going to allow that either. We're going to go here. It's important. Okay. Maybe we can... I wonder, can we just run him out of moves? Okay. Gonna get our check in while we can. That way we can hit this rook. I was waiting for a check with my rook. That way, everything is truly trapped here. You know, a lot of freedom in this position. Maybe we can... Okay, we're finally going to collect our piece, our prisoner. Then, yep, I wanted to interrogate the guy myself, you know? I say, bring him to me alive. You ever seen that in movies? Bring him to me alive. I wanted to speak to the guy myself. Syzygus, thanks for the 86 months. That's a long time. Thank you, Syzygus. P-fuck. What a great name. Could also be fuck with a silent P. Thank you for the brand new subscription. Yep, we made sure to trap every one of his pieces here. Hey, the 900s have been beating me today. So I've become miserable. I've become grumpy. I'm losing to the 900s. I gotta clap back. I gotta get my comeuppance here. All right, e4, e5. Bring the knight out. The pawn has been hung, folks. As Yasser likes to say, I'll fall for it. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I have quite some options here. Knight back looks the simplest. As tempting as bishop here is, I find this move actually quite annoying. It looks like this is good, but queen there, I have to bring my king up. I don't think I like that. And queen e2, queen takes h1 is probably good, but this knight doesn't have as good of a discovery as you might expect. He would have fallen for the pin, but I treat these 900s the same way I would treat any chess player. With respect, with dignity. That's why I play games where I take every single one of their moves away from them and watch them squirm. Because I would treat anyone else the same way. Oh, this is an 800. Oh yeah, good point. Oh yeah, never mind. No, this is an 800. We're all good. Yeah, no problem. All right, never mind. Never mind. Bets are off. I've been taking a lot of rooks lately. As good as this move looks, it actually kind of allows the knight to sneak in. Nice little bishop f4, anticipating my opponent perfectly. Okay. Well, that was a flop. Can't say bishop f4 was a mistake at all, but I did not anticipate him perfectly. Of course, we expected knight b4 to d3, but he played another perfectly reasonable move. Knight f6 to g4. Will he deny me? Very satisfying checkmate. I think he will. e6. It's not happening for me. It's not happening. Can we make it happen? Is there any way? No, surely not. Now it's not mate, buddy. But he knows that, doesn't he? He's just toying with me. He knows damn well that it's not mate anymore. Maybe this and rook d8. Of course we'll see rook d8. Rook d8, best move in the position. Anyone would play rook d8. Just have to cover d7 and we'll have ourselves a plan. I don't like the look of that move. 7 seconds and no mate in sight. Killing me here, man. Let's bring this in. Wonder how we're gonna take. Still tough to orchestrate this checkmate. Guess bishop. Not seeing it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Gonna have to go the slow way. C6 might have helped there. Let's see if he makes a run for it. King d7, maybe. Seems quite reasonable. Maybe queen takes g3. Okay, we're gonna get a decision now because the time just went red. Right? Any move? No move. Just nothing? No attempt? Nothing? Just no move? Okay. We're just gonna flag? Alright. Okay, well, good shot. Good shot. Okay. Alright. He was frozen. Let's get back into it. 9:50. 3-minute games. Playing all of our openings. Easier to just show you. Okay. The new animations are interesting to say the least. Okay, bishop c4. Not sure there's much we can do here. I guess I'll play knight c6 just to see if we'll get this one. But no, it looks like it's going to be a... He's going for the KO. I respect it. d3. I feel like we want to go knight d4, but as always, going to play our favorite move, b5. They really don't take it. I don't think they, like, it's not like they see that knight d4 wins. The thing is, they don't take it because they just want their bishop aimed at this pawn. So this move has actually been statistically ineffective for me at winning material. But I think it's mainly because the guys just don't even want to remove their bishop. It's not because they see knight d4. Either way, doesn't work. Queen d1. Let's bring the bishop out. We can take this bishop pretty much anytime we want. A good time seems to be right now. The only other thing we could do is this, but I want to make sure we take this. I don't like that thing. Okay. We'll just see if he wants to take right away. I'm not expecting that he will. d4. That's what I would call ultra aggressive. Okay, rook e8 is looking great. Okay, I'm being allowed to just take material here. We'll take that. No problem. Oh, are we gonna get the, you know, greatest attack of all time? Literally every piece is aimed at the king here. Something's got to go wrong for white here. Hey, that's actually a pretty good move. I think he's realizing the danger here, trying to get his hands on that bishop. Can at least credit him with that. How do we want to do this? And rook g4, g3. Feels like a good move to throw in there. Okay, I'll definitely take this. We have to watch out because our bishop is also attacked, but I feel like once you get the rook down here, you have to be pretty happy. Yeah, sack, and I'll figure the mate out in there somewhere. Let's take this back. Rook may come down to d2. I mean, this is pretty lethal. So f3 becomes a move that you're interested in, but he just doesn't care. This is going to be the windmill cycle. Now, of course, here, this one will just be checkmate, but you need to assert a little dominance first. You know, make sure that you're taking all the pawns first. Just let them know those are your pawns. They don't belong to you. They belong to me. Okay, now let's move this rook here to deliver the checkmate. Oh, I mouse slipped. Damn it. So he's boxed in here. We see the box. There we go. I told you the 900s. I woke up with a vendetta against the 900s this morning. I'm sorry. It's just what happened. Okay. E4. I'm going to go for E5. Knight c6. We're really not seeing too many of our openings here. Maybe we can stick with the theme. Knight e7 and knight g6. Bishop b5. Damn, this guy's annoying. I'm gonna play h6. Even though it's possible that we lose a pawn here, we get to trade queens and play a fun-looking position. Yeah, the problem is I don't like queen f6 when bishop g5 is possible, so I think I had to kind of do it this way. Now I'll go queen f6, though. Here we are. Take this way to open up the bishop. Okay. This pawn's attacked, so we might see knight here. Bishop d6. Knight c4 is kind of good. I think we need to avoid that. Let's move this. Guard that, and maybe get ready to long castle here. Queen g5 to make a threat. Everyone loves a threat. if castles bishop h3, there is queen f3. Kind of a tricky move, but I think it works. I like the concept of just long castling next. Ooh, after it takes, my opponent's going to castle as well. That's a pretty spicy maneuver there. I do have bishop g4, so yeah, I'm thinking that maybe is that not so good after all? Castles, bishop g4. There's going to be some questions to answer there. Now, I'm doing a lot before I'm developed in castle, but the nice thing for me is I can castle in one move. So I feel like I have that taken care of. And then worst case, bishop e7 and try to castle the other way. But I am investing a lot for some material here. Great move by my opponent, queen f1. Pretty much finding the only defense. But here's the thing, I'm already up that one pawn. So that's the thing. If I play queen takes g2 and you castle, you're trying to say, oh, I'm sacking a pawn, but I'm castling. I'll get a big advantage, have the queen on the board, launch an attack. But now you have to trade it off, so it's definitely worth it for me. I'd like to maybe push this, but we want to make sure to deal with that threat first. Just want to protect g7 pawn. And he's trying to open it up. Respect. This can actually be taken on f6 after c5. So we're going to go f5. Rook g6, we can go king f7. I also want to play c5 to boot the bishop out. And we're going to get something really, really nice here. We're going to get c5 and g5. That's going to cover everything. Look at all the squares that the pieces can't go to. Yeah. We are... Oh, okay, I was going to say we are going to get checked there, but I guess the answer is no. Let's guard it. I know the knight can go there anyway, but if I castled, maybe rook f6 would bother my pieces. Instead, I'm happy to make trades and offer even more trades. The extra bishop should be more than enough. And hand, thanks for the host. Yo, great timing. Just in the middle of a speed run. I was also just saying we're about 40 follows away from 10,000 on Kick here. Gonna grind those last follows in. Let's keep pushing this pawn. Welcome, M-Hand. Welcome, viewers. Let's just keep pushing. I'm trying to become a 1,000 rated player before our very eyes. Okay. Let's continue to cut the king off here. This is all in the checkmate course. Everything you just saw there, exclamation mark course. Bring the knights out. You guys have seen this opening. This should be, I would say, pretty well known by now. Two knights. I've been playing bishop c4, which is quite fine. Sometimes it gets a different reaction from my opponent, so I can't really tell which move is better. Normally everyone brings the knight out, but I have been seeing d6 a few times, and I'm not exactly sure what the best move is. I'm going to go for this one. Okay, knight out. d4 and pre-moves bishop e6. Okay. Happy to take. Knight takes would be the most like our typical stuff. Queen takes. Maybe pre-move bishop e7. Oh, okay. He's done pre-moving that. Oh, okay. But that's a concerning move, I have to say. Knight e7. Damn. Okay. I mean, we cannot avoid taking. We just must. Okay. So he's clearly running the king where he can. So what are we going to do about that? What's little old me going to do about a big scary plan like that? Let's first see what he's going to do. Let me know. Okay, he is going to run. There's a lot of options here. I seem to like bishop here as a nice attempt. Now, the problem I have with knight e5 is that the running seems easier to do. I'm going to start like this. Let's say he sees this threat and guards it. Then he could be maybe in more trouble. If he plays b6, I might go bishop a6. Continuing, yeah, you see queen d7. Now we're really hurting him. Not just winning his queen, but winning the game. Ouch. Oh, wow. I think we got a pretty good pairing here. This is a big game. I think this is for 1,000. c4. I can tell it's a big game. He's the 1,000 for sure. I guess we'll play in the center here. Anyone who's playing c4 at this level, I'm concerned. I'm frightened. So we might get to see something here. Yeah, this could work out. So this move was just played, and we get to do the exact thing. h5. I get to play my h4 and be very, very happy about it. There's no knight here. Perfect. Okay, d3. Was that a mouse slip for d4? I'm not sure. Takes bishop here, or just bishop here. I think we'll just start with the bishop. Bishop to d2 would be the expected move. Bishop here. I'll throw in e4. It's not like an unbelievable position for me, but I like it. Gain some more time. We might see bishop f1. Wouldn't be a crazy move by my opponent. Here, or yeah, we can go here. I don't think we're that bothered by that move. Queen d2. Okay, f3. I think we don't want to take, or at least I don't think we need to. Okay. That's really asking for it here. Oh, no. This wasn't just a threat there, my man. It was a threat here as well. Bishop takes c3 is a threat. Bishop to e4 will also trap the rook. Oh no, he's encouraging me to play the move that I was going to play. Bishop takes knight. Well, that was a rough one. I'm telling you, this is revenge for all that we suffered at the hands of 900s earlier today. 1,000 on the dot, a crisp 1K. Feels like I'm holding a $100 bill.